got back from the movie theater, and I just already saw Spider-Man Far From Home. What do I think about this? Well, let's find out. But before we begin, there will be including spoilers from Spider-Man Far From Home. So, spoiler alert for those of you who have not seen Spider-Man Far From Home, have not seen the movie. I will highly recommend you go watch it right now. It was fun to watch. It was really fun. But if you're already caught up or if you don't care about spoilers, then feel free to stay in the video as always. And you know what? Let's get on to the review. So I just got back watching Spider-Man Far From Home, and overall, Spider-Man Far From Home, it was really amazing. It was a good film. It was the best Spider-Man movie ever, along with movies like Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. But anyways, you guys are wondering, Nicolas, what is the plot all about in Spider-Man Far From Home? So the plot is basically where, the plot basically takes place 5 years after the events of Spider-Man Homecoming and Avengers Infinity War, but also takes place right after the events of Avengers Endgame, where, Peter is still upset that Tony Stark is now dead, and, and he's still trying to be, his own hero. He's trying to be Spider-Man, but he's trying to be the next Iron Man, and he doesn't want to, and he wants to take a break from superhero work and wants to go to Europe to hang out with his friends and to tell the love of his life, Mary Jane, of course, Michelle, MJ, Mary Jane, yeah. This universe is Mary Jane, and after that, After that, we get to suddenly these creatures known as the elementals were ruining Peter's field trip, and Peter has to dress up as Spider-Man, but of course a newcomer comes in, which is Mysterio, and now it's up to Spider-Man and Mysterio to stop the elementals. The plot was just overall really amazing. It was good, it was fun, and plus I really like how they introduced Mysterio. So for Mysterio, and we thought that he was gonna be the hero. Now we'll get to that later. In this version of Mysterio, he's the hero, but in the comics, he was a Hollywood movie star, stuntman, special effects named Quentin Beck, and basically he becomes Mysterio, and just after when he just lost everything that he loved, and just becomes Mysterio, and yeah, that's basically his origin from the comics. And we also thought that Chameleon was going to be in the movie. Now, if you don't know, Chameleon is also another Spider-Man villain that can, that can disguise as anybody. And yeah, and we thought that the multiverse was gonna be real because Mysterio mentioned that he was from Earth 833, and if you don't know, Earth 833 is where Spidey UK lives, and and that the MCU is Earth 616. That's not true. It's Earth 199999. And plus we get a plot twist, and we know that Mysterio was gonna be the villain, and that was a plot twist. It turns out that Mysterio wasn't from Earth 833. turns out he was a fraud. He wasn't a multiverse warrior fighting from multiverse to multiverse. Turns out he was just Quentin Beck, who in Captain America Civil War he invented the Edith glasses, and Tony Stark calls them the barf, and plus he even assembled the employees that Tony Stark had fired, like the one from the first like this employee from the first Iron Man movie. I really like how the unexpected but also expected, kind of unexpected and expected plot twist at the same time, where Mysterio turns out to be the villain and the multiverse was a lie. I really wish that it wasn't a lie. It was kind of disappointing, but you know, like that. The special effects were really good, and plus the special effects with the Mysterio illusions, they reminded me of the PlayStation 4, they reminded me of the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man video game cutscenes. And I really like where, in one of the illusions, they made a zombie Iron Man, dead zombie Iron Man cameo to the Marvel zombies. Yeah. And well, for Far From Home, well, lots of unexpected twists happened in the post-credit scenes where it played where a video that Mysterio had put out, or someone who had put it out, that people are thinking that Spider-Man killed Mysterio. And of course we get to see J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson again. I know, right? We get to see J.K. Simmons reprising his role as J. Jonah Jameson. And as you all know, J.K. Simmons was good in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. He played J. Jonah Jameson in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, and also played it in also played Jonah Jameson in Ultimate Spider-Man, and now he's playing it in the MCU. Wow. And then for another post-credit ending scene, we thought that that was the Nick Fury, as we sing in the video. We thought that was the real Nick Fury. It turns out it was not the real Nick Fury. It turns out that it was Skrulls that were disguised as Nick Fury and Maria Hill, Talos and his wife, as we get to see them from Captain Marvel. And yeah, I really enjoyed this film so much, and I really like the relationship between Peter and MJ, and I really like how they kissed at the end, and I really like how where Peter trusted Beck and that he's like his best friend. Unfortunately, that was a lie, and that was just a bigger plot twist as we get to see. And we also get to see like the dead Iron Man cameo in the movie, and yeah. And not only that, there were also some people saying that Tony Stark created Spider-Man. And if you want to watch a video about that, here are some videos that will be linked in the description down below. Spider-Man Far From Home overall is still really good. It's one of my favorite movies of 2019, along with Avengers Endgame. And along with Avengers Endgame, Brightburn, what else? And others. And one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, along with films like Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, and of course the recent Spider-Man film from last year, Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. Yep. This movie was my favorite movie of 2019, and I probably enjoy it more than, I probably enjoyed, like, I probably enjoyed these films more than Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, and including Far From Home, of course. And the unexpected twist had happened, and we thought the chameleon was going to be in the movie. It turns out he was not, because people were thinking that chameleon was going to be in the movie. Nope, he wasn't. And I really like how the relationship between Peter and Quentin Beck, Peter and Quentin, really did good, and I really like how they did it very well until when it was revealed that he was a fraud and that it was just an act and all that was just a hologram. And it turns out that the elementals, like villains like Sandman, Molten Man, and Hydro Man, turns out that they were a lie. And I really like how we get to see villains like, we get to see Sandman in the beginning of the movie, but then Mysterio defeats him, and then we get to see Hydro Man in the middle of the film, and then we get to see Molten Man in half more of the film. Yeah. It turns out that all of them were illusions, but there was an Easter egg saying that the guy who experimented on water became Hydro Man, basically. Yeah, there was an Easter egg about that. And plus, I really like how where MJ finds out that Peter was actually Spider-Man. I mean, she kind of knew at the end, and I also kind of knew that she might have known that Peter was Spider-Man at the end. But it was kind of a funniest part, and one of the most funniest parts is where, like, when Nick Fury was trying to tell Spider-Man about the elementals, but then was interrupted by Peter's teacher, and interrupted by other people, and yeah, that's basically just it. Overall, Spider-Man Far From Home was real amazing. I really like where we get to see J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson once again, since, like I said, he had played J. Jonah Jameson in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy and in Ultimate Spider-Man, of course. The cinematography, the special effects, the acting, the writing, and the unexpected plot twists were really amazing, and they were really fun to watch. And I really like how we got to see villains like Mysterio, Molten Man, Hydro Man, and Sandman in the movie. And plus, Jake Gyllenhaal, he does a really great job on playing a better Mysterio, on playing Quentin Beck. He does a really great job on playing the character. And plus, a fun fact for Jake Gyllenhaal, he was going to play Spider-Man in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy when Tobey Maguire hurt his back. He also worked with Tobey Maguire in the movie Brothers. And plus, unfortunately, when Tobey hurt his back, well, he was feeling very well, so Jake Gyllenhaal was out of the picture. But finally, he gets to be in a Spider-Man movie where he gets to play Mysterio in Spider-Man Far From Home. But some things I had a problem with the movie is that, with the disappointments that the multiverse isn't real. Hopefully, it'll be real in the MCU soon. It will. We just don't know it yet, because we know that since Marvel already teased an Avengers 5, and they're replacing new Avengers like Spider-Man, Falcon, Spider-Man, Falcon, Winter Soldier, War Machine, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, and others. Plus, I really like where Peter says, "Everywhere I go, I see Tony Stark's face." I just really miss him. I really like that part. And it resembles that he really wished that he was here and really wished that he was still alive and not dead. But he did what he had to do to sacrifice himself to... That was a famous line ever. And plus, I know, like, the death of Iron Man was most likely famous. Unlike the death of Superman in that it was just a waste in the DC extended universe in the movie Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, and then he gets to come back to life in Justice League. But in this one, Iron Man doesn't come back to life. Well, he does make like a zombie Marvel reference in the illusion where Mysterio has made an illusion for Peter that he's being trapped, and yeah. Plus, for the spider senses, they even call it Peter Tingle. But Peter Tingle overall, it was really funny. A lot of people in the theater, including myself, have laughed about the Peter Tingle. But that was kind of really pissed off. Like, they could have renamed it. They could have just kept it Spider Sense, but they wanted to call it. For some reason, they wanted to call it Peter Tingle. And well, with the disappointments in the film is that we don't get to see Uncle Ben in the film. Like, he doesn't even get to be mentioned in the film. I do hope that he does get to be mentioned in the third Spider-Man film. Yeah. But overall, the story was pretty amazing. And I really like how J.K. Simmons reprised his role as J. Jonah Jameson, as he was good in... As this guy was born to play J. Jonah Jameson ever since the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. And he even gets to play J. Jonah Jameson in Ultimate Spider-Man. And now he gets to play J. Jonah Jameson in the MCU. I really like this unexpected moments where we get to see J.K. Simmons reprising his role as J. Jonah Jameson once again. And where at the end, Peter's secret identity is revealed, and we do not know what's going to happen for the third Spider-Man movie, but you most likely know it was something to do with Peter's secret identity and like the city turning against Spider-Man. They're thinking that he's a menace or something like that, and like all that, because people have mixed emotions about Spider-Man. Some people liked him, some people don't. And yeah, I mean, Spider-Man is not asking for recognition or anything. He just only wants to help people, whether they like it or not. Overall, Spider-Man Far From Home is really amazing, and I'm going to give Spider-Man Far From Home 5 stars and a thumbs up. One of my favorite movies of 2019, along with Avengers Endgame, Brightburn, and Brightburn, Shazam, and yeah. Of course, Glass. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and be sure to let us know in the comments about what you think about Spider-Man Far From Home, as I personally liked it and I personally enjoyed it more than Avengers Endgame. And of course, I enjoyed Spider-Man 2, Homecoming, Into the Spiderverse, and Far From Home more than Avengers Endgame. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. So peace.